I want to introduce you to a TikToker that will shock you. This TikToker is nice, funny, fun, a friendly face, harmless. This is Brendan, or PixelDrink as you probably know him. A massive creator on the platform TikTok and YouTube, a TikToker with an empire, a cult fanbase, but I think it's important we know who he really is.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, it's going to be a sad video. We're going to be talking about PixelDrink. I was actually a huge fan of PixelDrink because I'm also a huge fan of My Hero Academia, and I found PixelDrink about a month ago, and I was a blind fan of PixelDrink until this fateful comment, which made me fall into the rabbit hole of PixelDrink. I just want to preface a couple things. A lot of the allegations I'm going to be talking about are actually pretty old, with some of them happening years and years ago, which sparks an interesting question. This happened when PixelDrink was about 19 years old, and he's now about 26 years old, so a lot of time has passed. So is PixelDrink allowed to be a successful creator, or should he still be held accountable for his past behaviors? If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as we're going to be posting videos throughout the entire summer. And if you don't know who I am, hi, thank you so much for watching the video. Enjoy.
The majority of us know him as PixelDrink, but the start of his career didn't start with the creation of his TikTok account PixelDrink in 2019. It started way earlier under the name TurtleSSB. He was big in the Smash community, and for those who are unaware, this is a massive fighting game with a cult fanbase created by Nintendo, with the first Super Smash Bros coming out on the 21st of January 1999. Brendan was loved in the Smash community, gaining a sizable audience watching him live. He was also a coach in the game, and his brother Technicals was also part of the Smash community, making commentary videos on Smash, and his brother is also important in his story. Technicals himself was known for making videos exposing and criticizing other Smash creators, and even exposing a Smash creator called Zero, leveling allegations from a 14-year-old girl against him, even calling him a p. Now that we're aware of Technicals, let's talk about the allegations. In this video, PixelDrink is going to be referred as a couple names: PixelDrink, TurtleSSB, BJ, and Brendan. But for now, we will refer to him as Brendan. Brendan was a Super Smash Bros coach for the team Shotgun 8 Gaming. He used to coach players in the area, and he also streamed on Twitch. PixelDrink had many allegations pointed at him throughout his career, but the most infamous one was the group chat. The group chat was a chat created by Technicals, Brendan's older brother. The group chat involved Technicals, Brendan, other coaches for the same clan as Brendan, and a bunch of minors. I mean a lot of minors, with Brendan and his brother Technicals being the oldest in the group chat at the age of 19, and some of these minors were as young as 13 years old. The group chat was always active at the time, with Brendan interacting with the minors every day. The point of the group chat was to get as many people in the Las Vegas area, which Brendan resided in, to hang out and set up Smash tournaments and just to, be friends. So for a while, the group chat was as normal as it could be, until Brendan thought it would be a funny idea to send a dick pic and lolly porn of two minors into the group chat full of underage kids. And obviously this is just weird, so Brendan and Technicals were called out for this behavior in a tweet longer. The tweet longer goes into detail about Brendan's disturbing behavior. He drew NSFW photos of a 16 and 17-year-old at the time having intercourse, sending it into a Discord server they were in, and neither of them were comfortable with the drawing, nor did they consent to any of this. And he also uploaded his drawing to the Rule 34 website. And before this video, I had no clue what this even was, and for those who are unsure what Rule 34 is, Rule 34 is an internet meme which claims that internet pornography exists concerning every possible topic, meaning that there is porn of literally everything. The concept is commonly depicted as fan art or normally non-erotic subjects engaging in sexual behavior, so kids shows, cartoons, literally anything there's supposedly porn of it. It can also include writings, animations, images, GIFs, and any other form of media. Back to the tweet longer. The tweet longer went on to detail the age range of people in the group chat being from 13 to 16-year-old and Brendan being 19 years old, even sharing some screenshots of Brendan's conversations with them. In another screenshot, you can see him implying that he would be sending nude images and is immediately informed and reminded of a 13-year-old being in the chat, and there is actual screenshots of his dick pic and people talking about when he sent his dick pic in the chat. Bearing in mind these are minors. This was bad, like really bad, so they had to respond, and the response they gave, with Technicals speaking out first in a tweet claiming it was a one-time thing, like that changes anything. He also claimed it was a joke and Brendan's humor was weird like that, so we wouldn't get it, and everyone was drawing sexual images of each other and the kids didn't complain, so it has to be fine. Along with his tweet, he released a 2-part video series talking about the entire situation, defending his brother.
This is in regards to the twit longer about my brother. Yes, I was in the group chat. I was in every group chat because I was the leader at the time. I was the leader of the crew that we made, which was this gigantic chat group of people in high school, adults, all this other shit. Yes, I was in the group chat, and I made it very apparent at the time that if anyone had a problem with someone in the group chat, to come to me and we would resolve it. At the specific period they're referencing in the twit longer, I remember this because me, along with everyone else, came to BJ and told him that was a really fucking stupid thing to do. Don't do something like that again, because we are in a group chat where, you know, it might be bad for other people. And even if he regretted those actions, back then on Messenger, you couldn't delete messages, so the image was just stuck there. I also want to make it clear that he never went out of his way to personally DM, singularly, any of these people. Told him it was stupid, never to do it again, and guess what? He didn't do it again. No one came to me saying they were traumatized. Most people were just outraged because it was an outrageous thing to do, because that's how my brother is. He does fucking outrageous things and then doesn't think out the consequences of his actions. And obviously that came to bite him in the butt here because someone had receipts of him being outrageous. Also, during the time with the whole NSFW art portion of it, there was a lot of images being made without anyone's consent because it was a running joke. One of the running jokes in the chat that one of the minors drew that they thought was funny was my brother and another one of the members of the chat going at it. It was made in like MS Paint, so it looked like shit, and everyone thought it was funny. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of surprising to me that that was also one of the things in the twit longer, but I don't know. I was the leader, and no one came to me and told me that that made them uncomfortable or to remove someone from the chat for that, so I did what I could at the time, told them it was a bad move. I didn't condone any of that shit. I don't think guilty by association really counts in this because everyone realized it was shit, even BJ realized it was shit, and never did it again.
But Brendan actually released his own video responding to the allegations, basically confirming them.
So I'm just here to take accountability for some things that came out about me recently, and throughout this video I won't be giving you any excuses or anything like that. I'm just going to be owning up to the things that I did, and let's just get into it. So if you're unaware, TwitLonger was released earlier today about me addressing some things that happened in 2016 when I was 19 years old. I just want to put a disclaimer here as well. If I'm laughing or smiling during this video, it's not because I don't care. Like, I feel really bad about all the shit that's done, but I'm just not really good at processing negative emotion. It's one of the things that I need to get help with. Let's start with the NSFW art. So as some of you may know, I like to draw. So back in 2016, I wanted to get better at drawing, so I started drawing NSFW art in an attempt to improve my skills at drawing anatomy. So I did that. I started drawing hentai, and then at the same time I started doing that, it became a running gag in the group chat that I was in that had people from 13 years old up into, I was the oldest, I was 19. Became a running gag to sort of ship each other together in pairings, kind of like anime, like I'm gonna ship Naruto and Sakura, sort of like that. So how it started was there was art that was drawn of me with another person in the group chat that was obviously underage. I think I was the only person that was an adult at the time, without my consent. And a couple other images were drawn with similar pairings of other people in the group chat. So then I took it upon myself to join in on the joke that we were all partaking in and drew an image of Albie with another person in the group chat who I will not name out of respect for their privacy. Those images don't exist anymore because I deleted them, as Albie stated in his twitlonger, They were on Rule 34 up until a couple days ago, but then I deleted them because I didn't want them to exist anymore because they're really weird and gross. So I went to go take them down because I haven't looked at it since 2016. Really dumb of me to post it online anyway. So there's that, and I want you guys to understand like my reasoning behind doing the things that I did. So when I was young, like from when I was 18 and 19 and carried on to like I was 20 years old, I had not matured mentally at all. I was very childish, very immature, and I would often do things on impulse without calculating the consequences in my head. So people who knew me at that time knew I was very outrageous in the things that I did. So let's move on to the nude pictures that were shared on the chat. So in this chat, this group chat that had people from 13 years old to my age, 19 at the time, the conversations would all often veer off into like adult topics like porn, sex, etc. And just thinking back on that now, that's like a red flag. I should have removed myself from the chat as soon as conversations started to veer off in that manner. We would often try to like shield the 13-year-old from like those kind of conversations, but they would still happen in the chat. Like there's nothing stopping them from scrolling up and reading it. I should have removed myself at that point, the start, but like I said, I didn't view myself as an adult and them as children. I viewed it as like my friend group, and I was extremely comfortable like sharing anything with them because not all of them were like super young. They were like people who were like just a year younger than me or 2 years. They would also like make separate group chats amongst themselves, myself not included, where they would share nude photos of themselves with each other.
But something that's very interesting was both their responses actually contradicted each other, making both of them look like they were lying.
I was in every group chat because I was the leader at the time. I was the leader of the crew that we made, which was this gigantic chat group of people in high school, adults, all this other shit.
In the group chat that I was in that had people from 13 years old up until I was the oldest, I was 19. Glad that that really young person wasn't exposed to it, but the rest of the minors that were in the chat, like remember, it was like I was the only adult in that chat.
I also want to make it clear that he never went out of his way to personally DM, singularly, any of these people.
Reached out to the person that I drew art of in attempts to like apologize to them because I do feel really bad. They haven't responded to me yet, which makes sense. I'd still like to get in contact with them.
Me, along with everyone else, came to BJ and told him that was a really fucking stupid thing to do. Don't do something like that again because we are in a group chat where, you know, it might be bad for other people. Told him it was stupid, never to do it again, and guess what? He didn't do it again.
Not nude. I'm wearing a towel. I'm not nude in those photos. Like, I have pants on or like a towel on. That doesn't like make it better, but at least I didn't spam the chat with fucking nude photos of myself.
Which is just amateur in my opinion. Like, if you're going to lie in your response video, at least talk about it and come up with a plan and lie properly. But the biggest lie in Technical's response was this.
Don't do something like that again because we are in a group chat where, you know, it might be bad for other people. Told him it was stupid, never to do it again, and guess what? He didn't do it again.
Because Brendan had in fact done this multiple times. Brendan drew a lot of lolly, and if you're unaware of what lolly porn is, it's just hentai but of children. And he drew quite a lot of them and he loved to post them on his Twitter. A notable one of these lolly porns was one of Ness from Earthbound sucking a pee-pee. And if you didn't know, Ness was a 13-year-old boy in the show. BJ was also involved in other group chats that had many children in them who he was overly sexual with, and he even made NSFW drawings of multiple kids in these group chats. Unfortunately, these aren't Brendan's only allegation, as he had some allegations from his ex-girlfriend releasing a TwitLonger on the 7th of July in 2020 titled My Experience with TurtleSSB. The TwitLonger went on to detail a lot of BJ's disturbing past behavior, including rape and pedophilia. So this is your trigger warning. The TwitLonger was written by Sarah Nico, or Sarah, BJ's ex-girlfriend, and Sarah claimed that she was raped by Brendan Jackson, otherwise known as TurtleSSB at the time and now known as PixelDrink, in February of 2019. She went into detail how she didn't want him to finish inside of her, but he didn't listen, and how she wanted to stop having sex, but he carried on, in turn putting her in pain and making her bleed. She alleged that he ended up calling her a month later and told her, quote, "Sorry for being pushy, I guess." She went on to say while her and BJ were in a relationship, he added her to one of his Discord servers where she was able to scroll up and see previous conversations. She saw that he sent a hyper-realistic drawing of a naked child, and the child couldn't be older than 12 years old, and he sent it along with a sexual message about the child. She also claimed that she later found out that BJ had a 16-year-old girlfriend while he was 20 to 21 years old. She also claimed that she was told by one of his old friends that he had sex with a 15 or 16-year-old girl while at another friend's house. The YouTuber Advil also went on to interview Sarah, and they spoke about the relationships and allegations in much more details.
First of all, who are you?
My name is Sarah. I go by Sarah Neko on the internet. I am a OF model and I do Twitch sometimes.
So, what's your association with BJ, also known as PixelDrink or TurtleSSB?
I'm his ex-girlfriend.
And you came out with a tweet longer about him, right? Can you explain what the allegations you said were and give your side?
Okay, so basically, I met him, it was November of 2018, probably like 2 months after I turned 18. My friend Gabby introduced me to him. We met, and then we met in person like a week after talking. And then that day he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said okay. And then we dated for about a month, really on and off, strangely, for like it only being a month of dating. The relationship was really rocky, like there was a lot of red flags. And this was right after BJ had gotten kicked out of what they call like our local hardcore scene in Vegas, and he got exposed for being a but this is when he was dating his 16-year-old girlfriend when he got kicked out of that like whole scene. And then I had met him coincidentally when that happened. And he obviously didn't tell me, his friends didn't tell me either, of course. He brought up his Rule 34 and then he showed me his Rule 34. And there was like a lot of drawings of CP, like naked children. But drawings, like you know that one guy, what was his name?
Shadman?
Yeah, it was like his artwork. Yeah, he showed me his Rule 34 and he did it to me and he kind of laughed it off, but it was still weird.
This was also very damning for Brendan, so he responded, confirming that yes, they did indeed have sex, but he claimed she was lying, and this was where in fact both their stories split. He claimed that everything they did was consensual and he did nothing wrong, and he also admitted to showing lolly hentai, but his excuse was it was all jokes, and he claimed that lolly hentai is gross and he only got them to gross out his friends. He also responded to the claims of dating minors, claiming the alleged 16-year-old was in fact 17 while he was 20 dating her. He went on to say during their relationship they never engaged in any sexual act, and the relationship ended after just 6 months. And for the other girl, the 15-year-old, he said it was just a rumor. And in the interview with the YouTuber Advil, Sarah also claimed she didn't have any solid evidence on the rumors and it was just in fact rumors.
The other one, I think what someone on Twitter told me about them, but I don't know too much about it to go off of it.
Because in his response, he claims that he dated a 16-year-old when he was 20. And then in a different paragraph, he was responding to you that you claimed that he had sex with a 15 to 16-year-old.
Yeah, I believe that was someone on Twitter telling me, but I don't have proof on that. I don't really know, so I can't go too much off of that.
Technical also responded defending his brother, saying that before anyone formed an opinion, they should hear both sides.
People that are using this situation where there is some truth to it and are now going back and retroactively adding validity to the statements made about rape, those are false. That is a false allegation. You can clearly see the woman that made those allegations is retweeting all the stuff where he's losing his job and all this. It's very opportunistic, and I think that person is disgusting for making that tweet longer. Please do not support that person without having first read Turtle's response, because she has been harassing him for years. This is not new. Of course she's excited. I'm not gonna get canceled for it, and I won't really care past this response, so yeah.
And Sarah's TwitLonger was seen with heavy pushback as she didn't have definitive proof, and some people thought she was just a salty ex-girlfriend trying to bring him down. But some of the claims had already been proven, like the one with the lolly porn and his use of Rule 34 website. In the YouTube interview with Sarah, she went on to further claim that Brendan told her directly that he had dated and had sex with a 15-year-old girl.
So, who did you hear the rumor from about him having sex with a 15-year-old to 17-year-old? Like, where did you...
Oh, he told me. It was his ex-girlfriend, Sarah.
Okay.
'Cause they had dated for probably about a year. She was 16 when they broke up, so she had to have been 15.
So that was the second 16-year-old that he dated, correct?
No, that's the only one that I know for a fact about.
But this is all just word of mouth, as she doesn't have any definitive evidence proving that he dated or even had intercourse with a 15-year-old girl. But like I said, all these are alleged and happened years ago, and at the very least, Pixel is a terrible boyfriend, and at the very most, he's a and a predator. Brendan rebranded after his last video titled Goodbye, creating his TikTok account in 2019 under the new name PixelDrink, and his first YouTube video on his new channel came out on the 5th of December 2020, successfully rebranding and leaving his past behind. Because when we look through PixelDrink's past, it seems pretty clean, and on his TikTok account there are searches of PixelDrink's allegation, but you actually can't find anything. You can only start to find things when you search up his old name. So PixelDrink actually successfully rebranded to an extent, because there obviously is still some people that are aware of his past, but just like me, who found him a month ago, had no idea of his past and actually enjoyed his content. And today he's a successful TikToker with over 1 million followers and a successful YouTuber with nearly 500,000 subscribers. And I can bet you 90% of his new audience have no clue about his past. And I wanted to end this video off with a question. What crimes are considered unforgivable? And can PixelDrink be forgiven for his past crimes and his past actions? Because if you really think about it, the type of content he makes does attract a lot of children. And has PixelDrink changed? Was he just the same predator he always once was?
Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. Like I said, this was a sad video to make because I was a huge fan of PixelDrink, and I wanted to expand on the questions I asked at the end of the video. Because should PixelDrink be held accountable for his past behavior? Or has enough time passed for PixelDrink to be able to be forgiven? Or is PixelDrink still the same as he was, or has he genuinely changed? Those are some interesting questions to think about, and I would actually appreciate you letting me know in the comments below. And also, if you have watched the video for this far and you still haven't subscribed, then you please just subscribe to me, and have a great morning, afternoon or evening. Good night.